I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. This, of course, starts bringing up the subject of function and purpose and reason and meaning and life and plan of salvation. And you start, as far as, hopefully, if you're still digesting, trying to figure out which is which and what is what, then you're on the right track. As much as we want to say there is definition to them, it is not about definition, not about shape, not about form. Okay, it's just like you want to probably give meaning or names to your purpose or your function or your capability. Now, the difference between function is, as far as my referencing, is function, and of course in Miracles, has to do with your life, your daily life, what you are doing in the world. Say your job, your career, what you're designed to be doing, your calling in life. Okay, that's an even better term for it, calling. Your calling in life. Now, then we get into your part in the plan of salvation and the purpose, or purpose. It feels like it's not the right word for some reason, but where it gets into forgiveness. So this is specifically more so about forgiveness than it is about your function. So, but most people have to cling to their function in order to apply the purpose. So many people think that they need to give up their function, which they might have to as well, in order to stick to the purpose. And we get confused with the function and the purpose thing, and that we think the function means, we have to put the purpose into the function part, and we have to go be monks somewhere trying to transcend the world. I, in myself, thinking the same thing. Yes, it was in the application of forgiveness, it really didn't make any difference to what people I was around or what circumstances I was in. That, being my function, is kind of measurable on maps. Storytelling can be told about the function and where I've been and everything. But in the same sense, just like I'm a teacher now here with A Course in Miracles, and that is more in my function, my personal function, that not everybody is called to be a teacher. We like to insist that, I know A Course in Miracles now I need to be a teacher and that's all I'm going to be. And yes, maybe if it is your calling, if it is your function to do so, it will happen naturally and bring you success. So in that same way, if it doesn't, then you have to start questioning, was that actually your function, or was that something that you were trying to define yourself as again? So it is about applying that purpose to the function. Okay? So applying the purpose to the function is getting into forgiveness, learning how to forgive regardless of what you're doing. So if it is your function and it's something, say, that might do harm to the environment, you need to apply forgiveness to that. If it's something that is helpful to the environment, still you need to apply forgiveness there. If it's something that is actually promoting killing of animals, then you need to apply forgiveness there. If it's actually demoting the killing of animals, you actually still need to apply forgiveness there. In fact, if it's teaching spirituality and helping people to enlightenment, you need to apply forgiveness there still. Okay? If it's teaching people of the devil and trying to, get people away from enlightenment, it's not possible, you still need to apply forgiveness there. So it's a little tricky because it doesn't matter which version of anything that you're doing. So if you insist that you're doing something good, you still need to apply forgiveness there. If you insist you're doing something bad, you still need to apply forgiveness there. The purpose is essentially what this whole world is about and what it is trying to teach our minds to grasp the capability of it. Now, when you apply forgiveness, you will naturally be fitting into more of the position and slots in which you are meant to be in. And so your life will naturally come together and that happy dream scenario. So as this lesson has been trying to kind of explain and try to get you to recognize it again, it's like ding ding here and ding ding there, about everything that it's been teaching about not using magic and these different things. We so much think we know what that means, like the idea of magic, as I have talked about before. It is not condemning the use of magic. It is not promoting the use of magic, condoning it. It's neither. It is not up to the purpose if you use magic or not, to whatever degree. Because essentially the whole world is magic. So it's actually about your recognizing your function. Your function has to do with your magic. If you're going to be on medication or not, that's totally up to your function. Unique as your person is unique. But applying forgiveness is the same for everyone and everything. So you have your unique lessons in your life that you need to apply forgiveness to. So forgiveness is still the purpose. And discovering what forgiveness offers and essentially where everything falls into place does start to transcend and exceed the physical confines of, say, our function in the world. So we want to recognize again and grasp that I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation is like minute to the totality of what the plan of salvation is, and it's a plan of purification of this idea, and it is far more than just this specific dimension and this specific physical world, and it is far more to it than we can really grasp. We can't grasp it. It literally is impossible for the human mind, regardless of how enlightened it is, to actually grasp the totality of what the plan of salvation is. Okay? So we want to recognize that. But when you do actually recognize that, you're no longer human. That's one thing about it. You're no longer human, and you start grasping something that a human cannot grasp. So that's pretty intense, right? So don't get so too hung up on trying to understand what it's all about. It's more so just recognizing you're going to be unique till the day you die, and then some. And you'll still be applying and being that unique function that you're meant to be. And it's like a calling. You know you're supposed to be doing it. You know you have to stick with it. You know, and it returns. It is successful because the world is you're fitting into the place in which the world is needing you, and vice versa. So you're kind of simpatico with the universe. Now the purpose of what is being applied to the function, okay, forgiveness is being applied to the function and to everything you see and deal with and everyone in all existence. So that does play the part in it, but the function's also there too. So it all plays a part. So being unique is part of the purpose. It is the function in which the purpose is applied. You can't try to be something else or trying to be perfect, because then you literally have not applied forgiveness to recognize what you should be or called to be. What are you called to be is different than what you think society insists that you should be. So that, as far as your plan of salvation, your purpose in your part in the plan of salvation, yes, it is quite literally the totality of forgiveness of the entirety of the universe. That really is your part of it. But you have to apply it to every aspect of you and everything about what you believe is right and wrong, and the ideas that you need to conform or shape and form or any sort of structure and confines. So it is expansive and growing of what you are, opposed to suppressing Often, on the journey, it seems like suppressing, but as long as you don't feel like you're being suppressed, then you're on the right path.